And welcome back to the Hermitcraft FTB server. As you can see, things are going pretty well here. And I have increased the number of cattle I'm having here. It finally occurred to me a really easy way to come up with a lot of cattle was to, well, all I had to do is to take some of these safari nets, these reusable safari nets. I had 4 of them. So I took those things and I used my book over here to go into the quarry age the quarry age, which is a mushroom biome. And I brought with me a shears. When you shear a mushroom, it turns into a cow. And so I'd shear a mushroom, pick it up in a safari net. I grab 4 of them at a time, bring them back here, drop them in there, bingo. No problem trying to find all the cows I needed. So that's going good. And this system is definitely self-sufficient now. Now I got this new handy-dandy remote thing. I look in here and I have 129,000 charcoal and 10,000 oak wood. Now what I've done here, instead of having 4 furnaces working on that, there's now just 2. And I've got it set export wood here when the amount of charcoal goes below 100,000. So when it's not below that, these things sit here and they don't do anything. Wait a minute. That's an import bus. It's supposed to be an export. Oh, for crying out loud. And it needs to be the precision import. Okay, let me break that. I'll fix it later. And this one, I've got pulverizing cobble anytime the amount of sand is below 10,000. So that'll take care of that. Of course, it's eating my cobblestone pretty quickly, but I got 847,000 cobble. That'll work. That will be fine. And these red lights tell me that some of these things, like the items that are over 100,000 of, or maybe over 10,000 of, or something like that, I would be well advised to put it into deep storage. So I started looking up deep storage. Hello, there we go, deep storage. And that's all fine and dandy. You got the deep storage unit. They've made the price a little more expensive. You got a Tesseract frame full that needs to be on there, and 4 reinforced strong boxes. To make that, you need a hardened strong box and a bunch of hardened glass. To make this hardened strong box, a bunch of Invar and a strong box. For the strong box, chest with tin. Okay, a little involved, a little recursive if you ask me, but hey, what the heck, I can go with that. But hardened glass, need obsidian, and I'm out of obsidian. So it then occurred to me, I've got 12 open flux tanks full of lava. And let's see, I know I made one. Oh, for crying out loud. The igneous extruder. The machine that takes lava and water and makes it into obsidian. Or cobblestone. And let's see, maybe I dumped it in here. Yep, apparently I did. Okay, got that. And we've got some fluid duct. And let's see. Alright. So, as for the one thing that I did notice, when I first logged on, the AE system was down, no power. And it took me a little bit of looking around, but I figured it out. When I hooked this power line up, I connected it to the same energy cell that's powering this. And so, to fix that, I went down here. Let's see. Yeah, here. And I ran it through here and down underneath here, where one of the energy cells from the bank of them down below see, now the farm is running off of this one instead of this one and the two above it, along with the AE system. All right, so let's take this extruder. I'll just drop it there. All right, now I need to run water in one side and lava in the other. Let's see, here's the fluid duct. Pop that there. Pop this on top of it, just for giggles. And a tank of lava. That'll do for now. And now over here, on this side, I need to input water. Strangely enough, there's water available down here if I just route the duct around all this other stuff. Okay, so this is a little roundabout, but it'll do for the time being. Alright, water tank is full. Oh yeah, I guess I need a block with a lever on it there. Where's my levers? There we go. Or, optionally, I might just have to whack it with a wrench. Okay. That's the mode I want to get obsidian. Apparently it doesn't need to connect to power. Oh, yeah, okay. There we go. Now we're loading up, and we will produce obsidian. And since I don't really have tons of lava, I'm just gonna leave it like this, and I'll let it pile up, and I'll make stacks of it at a time, and so on. For the time being, I will get this automated later when I get a consistent source of lava. In the meantime, I'm going to take the rest of these tanks. I just put them all up there, and those empty. They flood down into this one. All of these are empty. I can break them out and so on. I filled those up by taking the tanks down into my branch mine, where I found tons of lava. Okay. Now, over time, I will have the obsidian that I need to make the hardened glass that I need. Because this thing will make the hardened glass, but you need 8 of these pulverized obsidian for each ingot of lead to make hardened glass. So, there is other makings I need. One of the ingredients that I'm running short on for some things is glowstone. As you can see, I don't have very much glowstone, and only one dust. But I did discover a little bit through magical crops the glowstone seeds. So I'm going to go ahead and make up 9 of those. Hopefully I have enough of the wherewithal to do it. Oh, it needs glowstone dust to make glowstone seeds. Okie doke. See, I'm running that short of everything. Oh, regular essence. I could have sworn I made the system able to make that stuff, but apparently not. Come on, update. Oh, yeah, you need that. Weak essence and regular infusion stone. Encode. Alright, let's drop this in here. And this infusion stone is... oh, that's the weak one. Alright, how do you make the regular infusion stone? Coal essence, dye essence, water essence, fire essence... Oy, oy, oy. And I have no idea how to get these essences because you can't click on them. I mean, well, you can click on them, but you won't get any information about it. So, let's see. Oh, wait a minute. The essence. Let's see. Coal seeds. Okay, how do you make those? Weak essence, seeds, and coal. Okay. I might be able to do that. Let's try that. I made 1. All right. And I'm going to need more than that. So I need to go looking up more of this essence dust that a lot of this stuff is built around. So I guess I'm going to go mining up and see if I can find some. And I'll be back. All right. I've gotten a little bit done since the last clip. I did come up with another couple of hundred or so essence dust, but I've decided that mining for it manually is just simply not something I'm going to do. Instead, I'm going to do something else. I've cleaned up this area here a little bit and arranged it so that the output of these things is on the back. Input is, of course, on the top. Power is coming in from the bottom. This one is handling the production of sand by pulverizing cobblestone for as long as there is less than 10,000 sand. This one here takes that sand and makes glass until there's 2048 glass. These two are sending oak wood to the furnace to be made into charcoal when we have less than 100,000. And since there is 116,000 charcoal in the system, it won't be coming online anytime soon. Another thing that I've done to clean things up a little bit is here, on these things, I've placed a level emitter. And it will emit a redstone signal when we have 50,000 or more oak wood logs, which we currently have 70,000 of. So that means that, and I've done the same thing here, that these tree farms will shut down when we have 50,000 logs or more. I haven't done much else with this other than load up a bunch of additional cows in here that I gathered from the quarry age by shearing mushrooms. And yes, I realize I probably could have gone ahead and used mushrooms anyway, but what the heck. That's what I did. Okay, so things are working a little bit better with the power the change in where I was getting power for all that stuff over there, so that it's not all running on the one feed. Because these redstone energy conduits are good, but they're only good for 10,000 RF per tick each. And so by piping everything through the one circuit, I was overloading it. Now, I left this going, making obsidian out of all that lava I had in the tanks there. That lava's gone. And I've got just over 3 stacks of obsidian. So I'm going to set up another pulverizer to make obsidian dust. Let's see, do I have a pulverizer in here? Apparently not. Okay, I'm pretty sure I had one of those things. Okay. Okay, it does show up there, so it should here. Apparently I don't even have a recipe for it. Okay. No time like the present. I hate it when the keys start sticking. It's been happening more and more lately. Someday I'm going to have to get a new keyboard. Alright, new pulverizer coming in. It will help if I can spell it correctly. Alright, we need, let's see, export bus. We need an import bus. Might need some cable. Okay. Alright, we put an import bus on the back. Go ahead and slam that down there. Drop a conduit here. I'm going to have to get some more of those made. Alright, it's charging up. Now the back of it needs to be made the output. There. Precision import bus. And up here we need an export bus. Get a couple of chunks of opal to fix the wall. Alright, now let's get a level emitter. Switch it around, facing the right direction. Okay. Have any pulverized obsidian? Of course not. It's all downstairs in this other machine. Alright. When we have less than, say, 256 pulverized obsidian, this will come on active with signal, move stack at a time, obsidian. Hello. Well, it's got power. The top is an input, the back is an output. Ignore redstone signal. Oh, it would be helpful if I put the obsidian in the system. There we go. Alright. Talk about your basic duh moment. Okay, so now we have the production of pulverized obsidian anytime we have less than 256 of them. Great. Fantastic. So the system is getting into shape. I even was thinking about this thing and taking advice that somebody gave me, or several somebodies gave me a while back, quite a long time ago, that the way the fans are set up, they blow any mobs that spawn in here are blown towards this corner. So really all I need is this grinder and another one here to take care of the mobs that come in that get blown towards the corner. The rest of these could be taken out. The whole thing could be hooked into the AE system for mob pickups instead of this crazy thing with the pipes and the chest and all that. And there is also another item, a dolly from the Java mod, that can be used, among other things, to pick up a spawner and move it. And that way I could take my spider spawner from the other location, bring it here, darken this place down, and basically take all those glowstone nooks out, and rig some kind of a powered lamp or whatever that I could turn on and off with a lever, and cover over that glass or replace it or whatever, and basically have the spider spawner running anytime I'm close enough for the spiders to spawn, and that would increase the mob essence supply situation. And if I were to also arrange to cover the floor in this thing in cursed earth, I could increase mob production even more, and so lots of mob essence, mob juice, whatever. So that's something I'm going to work on doing. But there's something else too. As much as things are actually starting to turn around, I mean, I've got a stable power supply now. The system will not just simply shut off because I ran out of juice. The power supply is stable. The wood production is not running when it's not needed. Ditto for other things. They're not running when they're not needed now. And that's all wonderful, fine, great, fantastic. But there is one thing. I've decided I'm going to tear this whole base apart. That's right. I'm going to tear this whole freaking thing apart. But not right away. First, I'm going to build them new. You see, one of the things about this, the F9 thing, showing the chunk borders. The red lines are the chunk corners, and the green grid is chunk borders, chunk walls. And you'll notice that the way this place is built out, it is not lined up with chunk boundaries at all. And I've decided that doing the chunk boundary thing is something I need to do, because it's going to make a whole lot of life easier. For one thing, it will minimize the number of spot loaders needed to keep everything active. So, let's see, I've got a bunch of marble here. Let's turn the chunk borders on again. And I think this is as good a place as any to start out. There, turn that noisy jet off. I understand there's a way you can disable that sound, but I haven't actually figured out what that method is. It's something to do with the config. I'll figure it out at some point and get it turned off.
All right. So this is going to be one corner. Let's go over here. Oops. Let's make it a point to count the number of red lines I cross. So that's one chunk, that's two chunks. That makes this one 3 chunks. Alright, there we go. Okay, there's 3 chunks wide this way, and now I'm going to go 3 chunks that way. Alright, there's 1, there's 2, makes this one number 3. And I'm going to set up a quarry. I'm going to get out my Quarry Plus, and I'm going to quarry out this 3x3 chunk area. 9 chunks. I'm going to quarry it all the way down to bedrock. And in these chunks is going to be where the new base is built. You know, generally speaking, the idea of quarrying in the overworld is not something that you want to do. You know, it can make things up. I accidentally hit kill record when I wanted to turn off F9. So, you know, it can make things ugly and all that good stuff and so on. So, but in this case, yes, this will make a great big square hole all the way down to bedrock. But that's where I'm going to build what that should have been. I don't even begin to remember what I was thinking when I first built that, except, well, I do remember one thing. The reason I came all the way out here away from the spawn area is because I didn't want to have a bunch of machinery or loaded chunks or whatever contributing to lag that typically comes up in the spawn area when you do things like that. So by coming out here, that's cool. But what was I thinking when I didn't lay anything out? There is no design, there is no plan, there is no nothing for this place. And so I'm going to give it something. And it's going to start by quarrying out this area here. Trees and everything all the way down to bedrock. And then we'll start building a real base. A real place that actually has some kind of planned structure to it. And as this area comes online, that gets torn down. Because, please, this is ugly. I have to admit, I have a certain perverse liking for the asymmetrical symmetry of it. But, really. On the other hand, this over here gives me something I can do. You see, building a tower, like for example, some kind of an office/industrial complex tower, I can do that. Bedrock to build limit, I can do that. No problemo at all. My original thing that I was doing back at the spawn area, that castle I was starting to try to build, I've given up on that idea entirely. I've come to the conclusion that building a castle is just not going to happen because I am terrible at the idea of castle design. I've got one in progress on the vanilla Hermitcraft server, and I've gotten so frustrated with that I've very nearly TNT'd the whole thing. And instead, I've decided to use the Corellis Rent-A-Derp service to get some consultation on design and whatnot and see if that project can be salvaged. But the one over there in Spawn on this world, forget it. And this thing down here, forget it. Instead, here, I'm going to do what I know how to do. And that is to build a tower complex that goes from bedrock to build limit. I can do that. I could do that practically with my eyes shut. You know, and that's what I need to stick with. I need to stick with my strength. And so I'm going to be working on that. I'm going to be working on that a bunch today, as a matter of fact, because once I get this stuff set up and so on, about within an hour or so of this video going live on YouTube, I will be live on twitch.tv/tinfoilchef, live streaming the renovation of this place. Major renovation and urban renewal, or suburban renewal, or whatever, you know? This isn't exactly urban, so I guess it's extremely suburban. Anyway, I'm going to get started working on that, and let's see, this is Monday. I believe it's the 23rd of June. But then again, what do I know? I can't see a clock from where I'm at. And this afternoon, this will be live, and shortly after, within an hour or so, I will be live on Twitch working on this place. Thanks for watching. Take it easy. I'm out.